I want to talk about the scale section, which is all around sales and marketing and putting the business on steroids, if you like. But the first area of scale is about attracting ideal clients to the firm. And so getting a nice consistent flow of new clients into the business, either via referral or via digital marketing or some form of marketing activity. What's one tip that you've seen, really successful advice in terms of getting clients through the door?
Sure. It's, I always refer to this as, building a garden that attracts butterflies to us rather than going out there with a butterfly net to catch butterflies. And building that garden, if you like, that attracts butterflies requires an investment, requires time and so forth. But the first and cheapest way to do it is through word of mouth. And if you get the narrow and deep structure going, then the senior client manager's role is not to do the grinding or to do as least grinding as possible, but to get in front of the clients, to talk about strategy, tax planning, advisory. And the more in front of the clients you can get yourself to, then they're going to refer more clients to you. So if you're busy just sitting there doing the work, that's the wrong kind of work. And you won't get any referrals. So word of mouth is the best kind of referral because it's free, all right? It's off the back of doing a good job. So you're going to retain that client. And then best of all, they're so happy that they refer you another friend. So, but the only way you can do that is to get in front of the clients. Now, the only way you can get in front of the clients is if you're not, burdened down, bogged down with all the production work. So you've got to have the narrow and deep team to get the work done for you. And then that flows through to you as a senior client manager to go and see your clients. And that's a very easy thing to do. It's not something that's difficult. It's a very simple, easy thing to implement. As long as you've got the deep and narrow team structure in place, you work out your capacity. So you're running at about 10 to 15% over capacity, not under capacity. And then you should have that time to be in front of your clients. That's the senior client manager. And then the other way to create the garden that attracts butterflies is to, digital marketing in this day and age. Everything's on the internet, and you've got to get your Google reviews up. You got to make sure that you got that side of your business working well, and that's a whole new topic.
Yeah. Awesome. Jamie, for everyone listening, if they wanted to start the year off with a bang and get a handful of new clients through the door, what would be your one tip on attracting ideal clients next year?
I'll give you two tips. Yeah, first one is just follows on what Ed said. Like the people who are the finders in the team, and that's their role, is get on the phone and call them. The best client managers that I've got and that I've seen at work are just literally on the phone all the time, just talking to the clients, as Ed said. And it's all because it's all about the relationships. Their highest and best contribution is just talking to the clients. It's not actually doing the grinding work. So it's really important to have the team members, the production team, doing the work, doing what they do, working in their flow, and then the client managers, literally on the phone or on Zoom or seeing the clients, and just watch the referrals follow. It's all about relationships in this industry.
Yeah.
And the more meaningful, the more interaction, the more that you can service the clients, the more referrals that you'll get, and you'll just keep getting referrals. And again, it comes back to making sure that you've got the capacity to take the new clients on and to take the referrals on without paying. So yeah, just talk to them on the phone, but you've got to get the time to do that.
Awesome. I'm a bit of a marketing geek, so I love this area. So my tip on this side of things would be not to expect overnight wins or new clients through the door from digital marketing. Digital marketing as a strategy is certainly a long runway And as Ed mentioned, it's very much focused on building the garden. So when they're ready to do business with you, you're front of mind with them. So for anyone investing in digital marketing, don't turn the tap on and think that you're going to get clients through the door as an immediate response to that digital marketing activity. Bear with it, stay consistent with the activity, be persistent, test and measure, and you'll certainly benefit over the long run. But I think all the quick wins in terms of client acquisition are certainly in your own backyard with referral business. There's just so much that you could be doing there. That would be the best place to start. All right, tip number 10, monetizing your IP. Ed, everyone on this screen is incredibly intelligent and holds so much knowledge in their noggins. I've spent the last 2 years pulling all of your knowledge and Jamie's knowledge out of your head, and we've packaged it up into this beautiful thing called Wise. But tell us your one tip about monetizing intellectual property or unique knowledge in a firm.
Absolutely. Within your database, you've got a gold mine that you're sitting on at the moment. That gold mine hasn't been mined. And what I mean by that is that you may have, 20 or 25 different services that you could provide your clients, but they don't even know that you offer it. So, prepare a monetization sheet. And what a monetization sheet is that it's just a spreadsheet of a list of all your clients. So on the left-hand side, the name of all the clients, and then columns going to the right will be made up of all the different services that you offer. So you might offer tax, but you may not be offering bookkeeping to them. You might want to add in estate planning, or there's a whole lot of services that you could add. And on this matrix, if you like, of a spreadsheet, you just go through and you tick them off as they take up the services. So, as a senior client manager, your role is to talk to them. If they're not doing bookkeeping, you should be talking to them about, taking on the bookkeeping and so forth. And you want this monetization sheet to be completely filled out, whether there's a tick on it or a cross on it, because it may not be appropriate for them. But you want it to be completely with a tick or with a cross. And firms don't do this, and there's a huge gold mine, and they go chasing what I call out in the big ocean, where they could shoot fish in a barrel, which is their own database, and they go fishing in a big ocean instead of shooting fish in a barrel. But going fishing in a big ocean costs a lot more money than shooting fish out of a barrel. So focus on your own database, create a monetization sheet, and just implement it. The success will come in implementation, not in the idea. 80% of the success is in implementing the thought, 20%
Absolutely.
of the idea. So, so that's a very easy one to do. So, make sure you do it in the new year.
Couldn't agree more. Jamie, anything to add on monetizing IP?
Yeah, the biggest tip I could do is make sure any time that you give a client a proposal, make sure you show them all your services. So I think packaging and pricing is a massive area that we can all improve. So yeah, I just think always, anytime you've got the opportunity to present to the client, do it in the form of packaging. Okay, I know this is the service that you want, but we also offer this, this, and this as well. And it's just dripping on the client. The client may not always take up like the second or third package, but sure enough, within a year's time, or when the client's ready, they'll say, "Oh, okay, I didn't realize it. You guys could do that, but I do now." So yeah, you must just offer in packaging.
Awesome. My one tip on that, there's a fantastic book called Built to Sell by a guy named John Warillo. Built to Sell is the name. It's a really, really good book on this topic of packaging up your unique offering. So get that one for the Christmas stocking. Now, for many on the screen here, they may not have heard the term tuck-in before, Ed. So, and it's a more refined strategy in terms of acquisition of clients and things and growth. So do you want to try and pinpoint the best tip for anyone considering a tuck-in in 2021?
Sure. Just we'll start with the definition of a tuck-in. It's just buying a firm, going out there and buying a business. And in our space, it's either an accounting firm or a bookkeeping firm. The biggest mistake that firms make when they do a tuck-in is that they try to make too many changes too quickly. Okay, so when you do buy a firm, you've got the clients and the staff at a heightened level of suspicion. So because people don't like change. So all of a sudden the vendor, the person who's selling, has made a change, and they're changing the principle, and the people that are involved with it at a heightened level of suspicion. They don't know who you are, and you need to win their trust. And then there's you need to win their trust before you can make any changes. And it's a long runway to win their trust. The first thing you got to do is to build familiarity. So you got to get in front of them so that they know who you are and who your staff are. And then you've got to build credibility with them, because you may get in front of them, you may introduce yourself, but who the hell are you? And what can you do for me? And are you going to look after me appropriately and properly? And then once you build that credibility, then you build trust. And only when you build trust can you make changes. So this takes a bit of time. And I've seen people who've bought firms, and they don't get in front of the clients. And then, they just keep doing the work. They don't do the things that are most important, which is the relationship. So the quick tip that I have for you is that don't make too many changes too quickly. Just introduce it slowly as you've built trust and as you've built familiarity with the clients.
Perfect. Jamie, finish us off with a tip on your master strokes of tuck-ins.
Yeah, look, it's pretty much as Ed said. Out of all the things I can think on, and I've done a few of these, I'd just reinforce that tip. Don't make changes. Humans do not like change unless you've built trust with them. And I've done this before, so I wouldn't start going to change anything until they get to know you and they understand that you're a basic normal person, because when you do a tuck-in, people don't know who you are. So, I think it's probably a minimum of 12 months before you even start having discussions about any changes. Yeah.
Perfect. I think, that tip alone could save anyone thinking about purchasing a firm literally six figures in the first 12 to 18 months, because it's just so critical. We've seen it time and time again go the other way when they don't abide by that process. So thank you, guys. We've got our 9 core strategies rounded out. Our tips are nearly finished, but I want to hear one from you, and I'm going to pick straight on Paul Bulb. Tell us one of your highlights of the year in terms of client acquisition, whether it's referrals, whether it's any marketing you've done. Give us one highlight in terms of growing your business.
Hi, guys. I guess the highlight's probably more in the team structure, to be honest, but I've brought on a few through referral, a few business owner groups where we're able to do some, management reporting, annual compliance, all wrapped up into a monthly fee. That's
awesome.
So
that's packaging really. Your IP, and obviously you had a bit of time freed up so you could focus on that. So tell us about your team win while you're with us.
Yes, I've got 2 amazing Filipino team members now that are senior accountants. So they've just, it's fairly recent, but they've freed up a lot of time. So it's been fantastic, life-changing.
Congratulations, life-changing. Awesome. We like to hear that. But thank you for sharing.
All thanks to you guys too, by the way. So really appreciate it.
Oh, our absolute pleasure. Thanks for being part. And the work comes back to you. We've seen your name on this list of attendees every month pretty much this year. So credit to you for investing in time in this. And it's great to see your face. I really like this format. So we're sticking with this format going forward, guys. We are at the finishing end of that. So I hope you enjoyed our 12 tips of Christmas.